Hey everyone, I'm Jonathan Shaw, founder of Decoding Pain, and in this video I want to talk to you about what happens if your chiropractor is not helping you or solving your pain. What do you do? Why is that happening? And what do you do about it? Now, before I go any further, I want to say that I'm not bashing or putting down chiropractors. I'm not saying they're bad or wrong or anything like that. What I'm trying to get to you that if your chiropractor is not helping, then it's probably because they're not addressing the root cause of your pain. Now, don't misunderstand me. Whatever therapist you go and see, you have to give that therapist a chance. You can't just go for one session and go, oh, that didn't work, because that's not very helpful. Usually with chronic pain, with people who come and see me, certainly, most people with their chronic pain solve their pain within 1 to 2 months. So they have to give it a good 4 weeks to see changes and improvements. And usually with me, when people get off the table, they feel an almost instant improvement in some part of their pain. Um, that's generally what happens when someone just has one type of pain that's a normal, everyday type of ache pain that's been chronic for a long time. But uh, you have to give your therapist a chance. You have to make sure that you've given what they said a chance and you see improvements. And you should see, in the majority of cases, in 90% of cases, improvements within the first couple of weeks. Doesn't mean it'll be healed in that time, but you should see improvements. If you're not, and you've tried their course of treatment, it hasn't worked, they're probably not addressing the root cause of pain, because there are only 3 causes of pain. And if you've watched any of my videos in the past, you've heard me talk about the 3 causes. And the 3 causes are literally poor posture, which by that I don't mean standing up, but I mean movement, how we move our bodies, lack of flexibility, and a biological stress. If the chiropractor is not addressing one of those 3 things or all of those 3 things, then you're not going to solve your pain. Now, of course, if your pain is acute and if your chiropractor has worked, then absolutely brilliant. That's fantastic. I don't care how you get out of pain as long as it works. I just want people out of pain. I don't want anyone suffering in this world when I know there's no need to. So if it's worked for you, that is brilliant. I love it. But if it's not working for you, what do we do? The reason I'm saying this is because when things don't work for people, we get stuck. We don't know where to turn, we don't know what to do, and we don't know who to seek advice from. And we often end up doing the same thing over and over again and not getting any results any further. Spending lots of money doing things that aren't working and wasting our time and money over and over again. I've actually had a few people come to me, well, quite a few people come to me from chiropractors, osteopaths, acupuncturists, when what they've tried has not worked, and they come to me as kind of a last ditch resort. And to give an example, I had a guy come to me a few years back and he had chronic shoulder pain in his left shoulder, and he was a carpet fitter, a floor layer, and he'd had pain there for 3 years in his shoulder, and it was so bad. He was struggling sleeping, he was struggling to work. It was really debilitating his life, and he couldn't enjoy his life. And he'd been going to a chiropractor, he'd been going to a massage therapist once, twice a week, paying a lot of money and really getting nowhere. And the chiropractor couldn't understand why the muscles kept tightening. The massage therapist couldn't understand why the muscles kept tightening. They couldn't understand why the spine kept coming out of place. And he finally came to me, and within about 3 months, we actually resolved his pain. He'd had it for 3 years, so 3 months is actually pretty good. But he noticed immediate results within the first 2 or 3 sessions. He started feeling a bit better, less pain, a bit more movement. And in his case, the reason that they couldn't fix it is because the chiropractor kept clicking him, hoping that would solve it. The massage therapist kept massaging his muscles, hoping that would relax it. But they didn't look at what was causing the spine to come out and what was causing the muscles to tense. And in this particular case, it was because he had trapped tissue between his ribs. And so I had to release the trapped tissue between his ribs. And because that had been there for about 3 years, that took a little bit of time to do that. Now, trapped tissue is actually a really common cause of pain. It restricts movement, which makes you unflexible. So that's one of the root causes of pain. It's a lack of flexibility. And in this case, it was trapped tissue that was causing lack of flexibility. Now, a lot of people aren't aware they have trapped tissue in their back because it's not something that you can feel. Usually, the signs, the symptom that trapped tissue shows is pain somewhere else. So in this guy's case, it was his shoulder. Since we released that trapped tissue, and I rehabilitated him after that, strengthened his shoulder, made it more flexible, he's absolutely fine, goes back to work. He's never had a problem with it since. So the real key here, the real message is that if what your chiropractor's not doing is not working, if you've been to him, you've done his program and it's not working, or her, sorry, don't mean to be sexist. If you've been to them and it's not working, then uh, then don't keep doing the same thing over again. Please, you're just wasting your time and money. It's not working because they're not addressing the root cause of your pain. And that's all I want you to do. Just address the root cause. And you must be addressing, as I said earlier, either a lack of flexibility, poor movement, as in the way we use our bodies, or a biological stress. If you're not addressing one of those three things, if your therapist is not addressing one of those three things, then it's probably, and your pain is chronic, then you may find that it's not be working for you and it's not getting you out of pain. Then please seek other alternative advice. Speak to me, speak to someone else that you know is an expert in chronic pain, because although chiropractors are very, very good at what they do, they are brilliant at what they do, they're not an expert in chronic pain. They're an expert in chiropractic techniques. That's what they're expert in being a chiropractor. That doesn't make them an expert in chronic pain. You need someone who knows and understands chronic pain and knows how to apply tools like what a chiropractor has, or like a massage therapist has, or what an energy healer has, how to apply whatever tools they have to the chronic condition. That's what you really need. Someone who knows how to apply the tools they have to the chronic condition, not someone who just has a really amazing tool and uses it and hope that it helps with chronic conditions. That tends to be what a lot of therapists do. They learn an amazing technique and they stick with that one technique, like osteopathy, chiropractic, massage, acupuncture, and sometimes it helps, sometimes it doesn't, and that's because sometimes it addresses the root cause and sometimes it doesn't address the root cause. So you really need someone who has lots of tools in their basket or in their toolbox, who can use all of those tools that they have to apply to the root cause of pain. Once you find someone like that, you're going to help get yourself better very quickly. You're going to be out of pain and you're going to be back to living your life in a very short time possible. In fact, shorter than you could probably ever imagine. I hope this has been helpful for you. If you have any questions about your particular pain, then please feel free to email me, jonathan@decodingpain.com, or if you're in the UK, you can call me. My number's on the website, and I look forward to speaking to you and helping you become pain-free. Until next time, stay healthy, stay happy, keep smiling, and I will see you on another video.